1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 down. 2 to go. Hey guys, Evan Chino back with another video talking about Michigan, and would you believe it? I beat Ethan. I beat him this week to make a video about Nebraska. I beat him. Anyway, so we beat Nebraska 34-3. Once again, surprise, surprise, Michigan is a good college football team. We got 2 left on the schedule. It's going to be Illinois and Ohio State. Can Michigan win those games? I hope so. I mean, I think they can. I mean, they're clearly capable of doing so. I mean, how good is this defense? I mean, Michigan's defense is just... I can't put no, words how good they are. They're just really good. We've only allowed 3... Hold on, wait, let me put my controller down. 3 second-half points in the last 5 games since we played Indiana. Here. Let me show you. Okay, so let me take these out. All right, so in all of these games, we've only allowed 3 second-half points. It's like Michigan has a good defense. I can't believe it. I know it's hard to believe, and so hey, Ohio State, look. Ohio State, look. Oh my God, we crushed a 3-win Nebraska team. And we did it in the cold. And the wind was loud too. Anyway, so fucking Ohio State with their dumbass excuses. Anyway, so got 2 games left on the schedule. Illinois this Saturday at noon and Ohio State at noon. And we should win Illinois. Should beat them. Ohio State game will come next week after Thanksgiving. And we'll see if we can beat them. I hope we can. I mean, I'm sure we can. But let's talk about the Michigan-Nebraska game for a second. Nebraska was terrible. I mean, they had that one drive in the first half where they kicked the field goal, but that was pretty much it. That's all they ever did. They had their starting quarterback, Casey Thompson, didn't play because he was hurt. But he didn't play last week either. And their second-string quarterback, Purdy, can't remember his first name. He got hurt in the Michigan game. He had the start and he got hurt. So they had to put in their third-string quarterback, Logan Smothers, who did absolutely nothing. And their supposed star receiver that had 230-some yards on 7 catches when they played Purdue. He did absolutely nothing in this game. No one on Nebraska did anything this game. Blake Corum had more yards than Nebraska did as a whole. McCarthy, again, kind of struggled this game with his deep throws, overthrowing a lot of them. If you underthrow it a little bit, you could try to at least have a chance to get called for pass interference. If you overthrow it, they're not going to call PI on uncatchable passes. So, but he did have 2 passing touchdowns. One to Ronnie Bell. He would have had another one if he didn't fumble it in the end zone, which Andrew Anthony recovered that one. But Ronnie Bell had a really good game. All of our receivers had a pretty good game. All of them, pretty much. Defense, once again, played very well. But Mike Morris got hurt, which was sad. Mike Morris didn't really they didn't really call his name. They didn't call Mozzie Smith's name. The defensive line didn't really get in there. I think they only had 1 sack. Maybe more, but I only remember them getting a sack once. But they still did a pretty good job. Our corners, they did a better job this week than last week of covering their receivers, I thought. Didn't allow a touchdown. Did we have any interceptions? If we did, I can't remember. But Michigan played an amazing game once again. Now they get to play an overrated Big Ten West team next week, which that's the thing. Like, Illinois is the Syracuse of the Big Ten. They started out with a really good record, and you got, quote-unquote, bullied into thinking from the media into thinking that they were a good team. And then now Illinois has lost 2 in a row to pretty mediocre teams in Michigan State and Purdue. Basically, the Big Ten West is just up for grabs. I mean, anyone can win. There's 4 teams. Illinois, Purdue, Minnesota, and Iowa all have 4-3 Big Ten records. Nebraska and Northwestern are out of contention. Wisconsin could get in the championship, but they need help. But basically, the Big Ten West, is like, all right, who wants to go to the Big Ten championship and get destroyed by one of these two? That's all it is. So, because the Big Ten West, it could be anybody. The Big Ten East, it's Ohio State or Michigan. So, Michigan wins. Michigan probably have an easy shot at the playoffs if they can beat Ohio State. If Michigan loses, they don't get in. It could be like, oh, but they could be like the 11-1 team they just decide to put in. I think Michigan's extremely weak non-conference schedule is going to come back to bite them because it was Colorado State, Hawaii, and Connecticut. We didn't play a single Power 5 team, and none of those games were on the road. All those games were at home. So I think Michigan's extremely weak non-conference schedule is going to come back to bite them. I think if we want to make the playoffs, we're going to have to beat Ohio State and win the Big Ten championship, which is possible. The game's going to be at Ohio State. We just got to hope that, I don't know, a breeze will come in so they can complain that the wind is too loud or something. Or the snow, or it's too cold. I couldn't throw the ball good. I had a hangnail. I couldn't throw the ball. We all had the flu. Remember C.J. Stroud? And I couldn't run the ball well. My hair got cut the wrong way. They don't admit that they lost. They just keep making excuses. But Michigan played a very, very, very good game against Nebraska. I thought they played better this game than they did the Rutgers game, even though Michigan scored more points in the Rutgers game. But that was because Rutgers' quarterback is terrible and threw 3 terrible interceptions in the second half. And Michigan just completely dominated this game. I mean, completely dominated. Blake Corum, once again, had an amazing game. Trying to show everyone why he's should be the Heisman Trophy winner. Basically, that's going to be down to the Michigan-Ohio State game. Who is going to stop who's superstar? That will determine the winner. Michigan wins if they stop C.J. Stroud. Ohio State wins if they stop Blake Corum. What's it going to be? Ohio State, how good have they been on the run? A run defense. Ohio State has a better offense than Michigan, but Michigan has a better defense. Michigan is going to be the best defense Ohio State has faced all season. They're not going to be able to run the ball on Michigan. Michigan has the best rush defense in the entire nation, not just the Big Ten, the entire NCAA. But Michigan's playing against a tough defense next week in Illinois. Illinois has one of the best scoring defenses in the nation. They had the best. I don't know what it's at now after they allowed 31 points against Purdue. But then again, Illinois plays in a weak division. I mean, and think again. 2 of Illinois' 3 losses are against the Big Ten East. Illinois has lost to every Big Ten East team they have played, including Indiana. And who's the last Big Ten East team Illinois has to play? one of the toughest teams in the Big Ten West. The best defense, the best defense in the Big Ten, I'm just going to say. Michigan's defense is not as good as Georgia's, obviously, but best defense in the Big Ten. It's going to be tough for Illinois, especially since it's at the Big House, and it's senior day for the Wolverines. So they're going to come out for Wolverines are going to go down easy. They're not looking ahead to Ohio State. They're treating every single game this season like they're playing Ohio State. They treated Nebraska that way. Illinois is not going to get something different. You're going to get the same treatment. We're going to act like that you're Ohio State, and we're going to try to beat you the best we can. And then after the Illinois game, then all of our focus goes to Ohio State, because that's the next game. But can Michigan win? Yes, they can. Obviously, they can. Both of these teams are going to have something in their mind. If we win this game, we're going to the Big Ten Championship and an easy path to the playoffs after that. Michigan went to the playoffs last year. They're looking to go back. Ohio State missed out of last year because they lost to this team. Ohio State's going to want revenge, especially since it's at Ohio State. And if we lose, maybe I could pull an Ohio State and complain about the win. No, I won't do that. I'm not an idiot. But anyway, we'll see you next week. Illinois and Nebraska. Nebraska, go home.